Let's see if this mic is.
It might have something to do with your lapel mic.
Okay, I'll rock that one. So does everybody in here have a pen? You are going to need a pen today.
Look at that.
Raise your hand if you don't. We've got some up front. And then you should all have a document that says MOFIR cheat sheet on the front. And that's the page you want to look at. Okay. Does anybody not have this sheet? There you go. Anybody else? Got a few in the back. Hunter, if you want to get them some. Thank you. Got a few more up here if we need. Okay, well, to kick this off, I want to make the statement that winter is coming.
It feels like it's in here right now.
I saw you guys getting a little chilly and I just wanted to set the tone. Winter is coming. The reality is in our real estate industry, before you see the results of your activities, or how long is the lag time or the delay before you see results from your activities? 90 days. Okay, what's 90 days from now?
It's in the middle of
Okay. October. Do you remember when it started snowing last year? Okay. And some of you, who likes the winter time? I'm not a great fan. Yeah, only weirdos, right? That's who it is. Just kidding. No, but the reality is, just like we actually have seasons here in Utah, your business is like that as well. There's a lot of seasonality in the real estate space. And even more so in our current market environment, there's some seasonality that's coming. And you have to start preparing now. And part of that is getting very strategic with how you are generating business. Okay. So we're going to be talking specifically about some ways that you can winterize your business. And that's going to be done through MOFIR-izing your business, bringing MOFIRs into your process. Now, how many of you, by raise of hand, are unfamiliar with the term MOFIR? Now, we use that quite a bit. Okay. So MOFIR is making an offer for immediate response. Okay. It is a process of marketing to be able to stimulate a response from somebody that you're marketing to. And too often, real estate agents use marketing tactics that do not generate any what? No responses. Right? So this is going to be a great time to audit your current offers, what you're offering to your clients, what your value proposition is, and making sure that it actually stimulates a response. Okay. So we're going to talk about this today. And this image really depicts something that's super important in this process, but I'm going to show this equation. You want to write this equation down on this next page. Okay. Can anybody tell me what this equation is? $5 Starbucks gift card for anybody who knows what it is. Have any physicists in here? Yes. Nope. I thought you were going to have it. It's not buoyancy. Close. This is Newton's law. Yes. So Newton's law, there's three different pieces to this. Okay, the law of inertia, which is an object at rest will remain at rest. And all of these things I'm going to relate to real estate, specifically in sales. So there's always initial inertia or resistance that must be overcome in our industry. Is that true or true? Yeah. There's a few of you, I know, there's a couple of you in here where you just have a phone ring and a client says, hey, I need to list my house. I'm ready for you. Right? Amber's smiling because she's like, that's me. Right? if you've been in it long enough, that ends up being the result, right? If you do business at a high enough level and you service clients in the right way, you can create a repeat and referral business. But we're talking about the opposite of this right now. We're talking about how do you stimulate new business. And part of it is realizing and being okay with that there is this law of inertia in the real estate space, especially when clients see what in the news headlines. Positive or fear-driven marketing, right? A lot of fear-based marketing. And so we just have to be aware of that and say, okay, that's cool. What am I going to do to make sure that I'm still helping people get through that initial inertia? The law of acceleration, number 2, acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force applied to it. So the greater the persuasiveness of your offer, your value proposition, and the personalized approach, the greater the acceleration or urgency you'll find in the clients that you work with. Okay. Number 3, the law of action and reaction. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So positive actions and positive offers lead to positive reactions. And the lack of motivating offers made will lead to a lack of business received. So if you do not have a pipeline that you're happy with right now, if you don't have a 90-day projection of closings that you're satisfied with, it's probably because you haven't been throwing out enough offers or your offers are not effective enough for this current market. Okay. You guys with me so far? Cool. So here's the simple outline of how offer response messaging or MOFIR-ize works. There's direct offers and there are indirect offers. Now, what's the difference between the two? Now you're catching on.
I mean, you gave us it, right? Direct offers provide a path to immediate business. So it's something that you can take action and follow up with immediately. Whereas your indirect is you're going to build that direction. It's like our touches, right? So it's ongoingly, and then maybe they raise their hand finally at 18 months later and say, I'm ready to sell.
So one of those examples of indirect offers, there's a few agents in here that I think do really well with posting just market stats, right? Or they'll post an interesting article about what's happening in the real estate space. Now, even though there's not a direct offer saying, call me right now, or let me go ahead and give you a home valuation, it is still an offer. Now, what offer is being made in that moment? You're offering value and you're offering the perspective that you are the trusted or expert of the real estate space for them, right? So you're making an offer that, hey, if you have any questions about the industry, you can come to me, right? And so part of that is building future business. So one question you have to ask yourself is, do you have current offers that are indirect where you're just providing value and helping people understand what's happening in the real estate space? Okay. The second one, though, that's most important because it leads to the now business is direct offers. It's something that you can go ahead and generate immediate business from. Okay. And that's the other side of the coin, is asking yourself, how much now business do I have? And if it's not sufficient for my goals, it's probably because the marketing is not strong enough or there's not enough marketing being done. Okay. So on the left here, it says your message should make compelling direct and indirect offers that will evoke an immediate response from buyers and sellers. So you want to have both. Okay. It's not a question of either or of one or the other. It's a both. Okay. So we're going to go through how many industries use this strategy. Every single industry. Okay. Sales is involved in every aspect of life. Everything that you see in this room, every piece of clothing, every table, every chair you're sitting on, the lights, the camera, the projector, everything was sold. Every single thing. Okay. Now, unfortunately, when I ask what industry are we in, what do you think are the most common responses? Real estate. What else? Service industry. What else? What was it? Dreams. So yeah, okay. We're in the dreaming business. What else? Business of blessing lives. What else? Wealth building. What else? I'm only actually looking for one word. We're in the sales industry. You guys said you avoided it. Some of you already knew it and you didn't want to say it. Right?
He said what you usually say.
That's true. But nobody usually says we're in the sales business, even though that is the baseline industry that we're in. Right? So I'm going to take you through some examples. Right? This is a MOFIR. How many of you do Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals for your clients? Oh, you take the deals. Okay. Everyone's like, I'm in. How many of you participated in what is Amazon's day? What is that called now? Prime Day. How many of you bought anything during Prime Day? Just a random day that they created and said, this is going to be Prime Day, and everybody jumps on it. And if you notice, little side note, there's this little piece of technology called Honey. That's a little Chrome extension. Does anybody use that? Okay. So it shows you deals, right? One thing that's interesting is on Amazon, it will also show you price changes on all the products. So when you click on a product, it'll say, here's the last 120 days of price changes. And if you click on any of them, you'll see this big spike in their prices. And then they drop it before Prime Amazon Day back to their normal price. So it seems like it's a deal, but it's not actually a deal. But it gets how many people? A lot, right? But the purpose of it is they make an offer. So let's look at a few different companies that make offers. How many of you get an email from Marriott? What's the offer on this image? Stage-wise, get 2,000 bonus points. Do you know how many pennies that 2,000 points equates to? It's like $3, right? And people jump on it. Here's another one. Actually, I think this is crafted pretty well. Reaching new heights, better together. Pretty crafty, right? Earn double points in elite night credits each day of 2 or more nights. Start thinking about the real estate space. How can some of these offers be adapted to fit you? How many of you shop at Target? Okay, a few of you, right? If you go to their main home screen, how many offers are on their home screen? Front and center. Apple. This one's kind of funny. They put this right, I don't know where this is, but it looks like it's probably in San Francisco next to Google's headquarters, right? What happens on your iPhone stays on your iPhone. What are they marketing? What indirect offer are they making? Security, right? Yep. This is a good example of an indirect offer. How many of you seen these? If you've recently sold a car and you're trying to get your value, right? Get top dollar value for a vehicle in 10 minutes or less. What are they selling? Speed, convenience, right? This is on Apple's website, actually. Get 200 to 640 in credits towards an iPhone 14. Save up to 1,000 on an iPhone 14 Pro. Offers. Nike, 25% off. Offers. Let's look at some real estate ones. Thinking of selling, I have a buyer. It's a pretty good offer, right? Or door hanger. This one, I believe, is a home valuation. And we've actually shared one of these. We have a template that we've created for you that you can use as a mailer. And a simple way to go ahead and say, scan here and get your home valuation, right? Simple, seamless is what you want to offer, okay? How many of you are currently sending out some sort of either email or mailer offering people home valuations? 2 of us. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Okay. What business are we in? We're in sales, and we're also in the real estate business, right? We should be, this should be the go-to strategy. This is one of those, what we call timeless offers. Okay. So if you do not currently use this as a consistent strategy, I highly encourage you to do so. Let's see. Here's another one. Same thing. What's your home worth? Right? You can use this on social media as well. So I want to go through, I provided this cheat sheet and I want to go through this together. Bless you. And I'm not going to go through all the bullet points. This is more of a guide for you to go back through and be able to utilize when crafting your offers. But I do want to go over just the headlines. So step one is to research the market. Okay. It actually starts with you doing your own homework around what are the common issues or problems that buyers and sellers or investors are facing in this current market. And the second step is figuring out a path to solving those problems. Okay, so it's doing some due diligence around how can I fix this issue that buyers and sellers are currently impacted by. And making sure that you're getting very creative. And a lot of it comes down to, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can actually find somebody who's already doing it at a high level. And so you can also research some solutions that other people are providing already. Number three is, and this is, I think, where it gets to an important part, and it's sometimes and could be often skipped, which is packaging the system or solution you came up with. Okay. So how often for Christmas who's received gifts for Christmas before? A few of us. Okay. How many of you give gifts that are not wrapped? Oh, my wife would throw a fit if I did that. She would. She loves gifts. The reality is all of you package your gifts before you give them, right? And what's often happens in real estate is we don't package our solutions in the right way. So the gift is not given or presented in the proper manner. And that actually is the disconnect. So I want you to start thinking about what does it look like to package an offer. I actually just showed you the packaging for a few of these. They look pretty appealing, right? They're packaged well. And that also comes into step 4, which is determining how you're going to market your message. Okay, what is the delivery method? And part of it is that you might have a solid offer, but you may not be marketing it in the right manner or in enough different channels. Okay, so you may be sending mailers, but you're not sending it via email, doing it on social media, doing it as pop-bys with clients, things like that. So think of the different ways that you can deliver the same message. Does that make sense? And then number 5 is to work and rework your MOFIR. So you have to go back to the drawing board on a consistent basis and be able to say, is it still relevant given the market conditions that have shifted, or the season, the time of the year? Do I need to make some tweaks? And then also going ahead and just enhancing your offer, making it even better over time. And then the bottom one is something I'd like. Can I get a volunteer to read this bottom paragraph? Renell? Thank you.
The timeless and timely approach 2.2. To maximize your success in the ever-changing market, to want to have both timely and timeless marketing MOFIRs. Timely MOFIRs allow you to capitalize on the current trends, seasonal opportunities, and market fluctuations. By tailoring your offers to address specific time-sensitive needs and challenges, you can attract the attention of potential clients looking for immediate solutions. On the other hand, timeless MOFIRs provide a solid foundation for building long-term relationships and establishing a strong brand presence. These offers, with their enduring value and relevance, can attract clients throughout various market conditions and establish you as a reliable expert in the real estate industry. The combination of both types of MOFIRs ensures that you maintain a dynamic approach to your marketing strategies, seizing current opportunities while laying the groundwork for sustained success in the future.
So the biggest piece that I want you to get out of that is timeless and timely MOFIRs. Okay. You should have a combination of both that you're consistently putting out in the marketplace. So if you flip over your paper, and on the back side, you'll see one thing that I encourage is to always have 2 timely MOFIRs and always have 2 timeless MOFIRs. Okay, these offers that you can consistently be throwing out. Now, the timely, that's going to be something that adapts consistently, right? Based off of either the time of year, maybe it's a holiday that's coming up, maybe we've got a client event coming up, so you're adapting your offer, or maybe it's the market that has shifted, and so you have to change your offer, right? And the timeless are going to be those things that you know that sellers and buyers consistently want, right? And so what we're going to do is a little activity. I'm going to break everybody into groups. So go ahead and we're going to do that. Those 2 back tables, raise your hand. That's going to be one group. So you're going to just flip around and talk with the people behind you. This whole section right here, these 3 tables will be together. This entire section will be together. And then this entire section will be together. And then you guys on the back tables will be together. Is that clear? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 teams. Okay. And what you're going to do is first, within 5 seconds, point at your scribe or spokesperson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who has the most votes? Raise your hand if you were outvoted. You got the most votes. Amber? Okay, we've got 1. Do we got our spokesperson here? Okay, Jenna. Amber, okay. Adrian? Amber? Okay, sweet. And then in the back, is it Jake? Kim, okay, awesome. So you're going to have, all right, here's the instructions. You're going to have 10 minutes, okay? You're going to have 5 minutes to, as a team, brainstorm on timely MOFIRs. And then you're going to have 5 minutes to brainstorm on timeless MOFIRs. And as a group, you're going to select the top 2 or 1 from each category. What is your top timely MOFIR and your top timeless MOFIR that you guys want to share with the entire group once we come back together? Okay, is that clear? And what I would say is just brainstorm. So write anything that comes to mind down, and then you guys will highlight which one you think is the best. And we're going to use these. Okay. All right, go. And we're going to have the spokesperson go ahead and highlight the top 2 MOFIRs from each group. Okay. Jenna, were you the spokesperson or Angie? Okay. Over here. Angie, awesome. Okay. All right. Let's start up there. Brittany.
Let's see. So for our timeless one, our favorite one has been the home valuation. That's where we see the most response from our people is when we offer those. Even though it's something that everybody does, people are always curious about what they could get out of their home. And for timely, we really like the property tax help. So what Lee Stern came and taught about, but being able to help people dispute their property taxes is one that comes around once a year. But people like to learn about that kind of thing, get that kind of help.
Little fun thing is I would encourage you to look at your own business and ask yourself, of the ones that are shared, how many of them are you currently doing them? Okay. So ask yourself, how many of these current MOFIRs that are shared today am I actually using in my business? How many do I have activated? It'd be an interesting thing to look at. Angie.
And we're doing for timeless.
Mm-hmm.
So probably one of the biggest ones is being able to be the best real estate resource. So whatever that might be, having the best carpet cleaners, carpet people, painters, being able to be that resource, not only like so that they're calling you when they're not selling, but that you can be the solution when they have properties that they're stressed about, they don't know how to get ready to sell. So having a really good vendor list and be a good resource that way and making sure everybody knows.
Yeah, that's a great indirect offer. That's awesome.
And then the same as I would have to say CMAs, but one thing, just working through, talking to them about an equity analysis. We didn't get too much into that, but instead of it being just a straight market report, like, would you like to have an equity analysis and see how much you actually own in your home?
Great.
Are we doing time?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, we are actually. We're doing both.
Oh.
So here, what was your timely?
Seasonal pop buys that make sense for what's happening in the season.
Okay, awesome. Amber.
All right, you ready for it? Our timeless one was more like evidence of success, like things that you're doing in the real estate business. So your clients remember that you're a realtor and that you're actually selling real estate. And then the timely, we couldn't decide on one, so we chose two. The 20,000 first time home buyer grant, that's huge and very timely right now. And if we would have been like a month or so earlier, we could do like, you know how much it costs to put your kid in a dorm? Why don't you buy a condo instead? That would be a good one.
That's great. Strategic. I like that. Amber.
Thank you, Amber.
Okay, so for timeless, our favorites, I think majority vote was educating. So educating on first steps to sell, educating on first steps to buy. Those are things that people never know what to do or how to start. So making sure they're aware of that. And then for timely, we vote on that? We didn't vote on that. But niche markets like divorce, death, and how to navigate those. And then buying incentives and creative ways to overcome affordability.
Awesome. Thank you. Group 5. Is it still okay?
I got it. Okay, so for our timeless MOFIR, we decided to talk about having access to off-market investments. So whether that's through emails, but kind of like what Angie said, having your team to back you up so that you provide value to them. And then for timely, we talked about educating clients on current market conditions and financing options, whether that's through classes. I see a lot of people do it on social media and making videos, but just making sure that the information they're consuming is correct and not scare tactics through the media.
Great. Thank you. So we're going to wrap up today, but I want to just really hit home that the way to winterize your business is going to come from you getting very creative around what your offers are going to be for the next quarter. Okay. And start making sure that you're effectively getting those offers in front of people. Okay. That's how you find them motivated. But let's go ahead and get 1 or 2 ahas, and then we will break for lunch. Your takeaways from today.
Just planning as far as marketing, planning specific offers for the next quarter rather than just topics. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was going to say, I liked putting it into 2 different categories of the timely and the timeless. And also I loved how you applied Newton's law to it, because it just gives it one more way of understanding how important taking action right now is. So.
Awesome. And I just want to highlight both of these. The one thing that I would encourage you to do is just create a calendar that you can use ongoing. And this makes it super easy, especially, for example, the tax one should just be on your calendar every single year, right? And even when you look at different timelines of the year, like when kids are going back to school, like start creating your offers that you're going to use and just say, I don't have to rethink this every single year. If you actually create it once, the only thing you'll have to adjust is the market-based timely MOFIRs. Does that make sense? But as far as seasonality and your timeless, those ones can stay pretty much the same. You're just kind of enhancing them over time. Makes it so much easier. So if you have just 1-page cheat sheet for your own personal MOFIRs, that will make you go further faster. Cool. Okay, awesome. You guys have a great week. Enjoy pizza. It looks like there's enough boxes that Molly got for everybody to take one home. So take extra pizza. Enjoy the week.